Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Italy, a place to love, YouTube channel. Now, today, as usual, I'm going to search for a property in Salento area. So we are talking about Lecce province or Brindisi province, and so the selected property for sale has to be no more than 2 hours driving from the nearest airport. Doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be with renovation works to do, and in a town with less than 20,000 inhabitants. And then under these conditions, I'm going to find for the cheapest property under this condition. So let's see what I found today. Let's start investigating. So basically, we are in a town called CURSI. Now, CURSI is in Lecce province, so we are in Salento area, and I found this property that is on sale for 36,000 euro. So, is a three-room flat for sale in Via Margottini 4, numero 4. So, we are talking about 74 square meters, three rooms, and is a mezzanine. So, it's not a ground floor, it's not a first floor, it's in between. It's a mezzanine. I find this property quite interesting because anyway the price, I know it's not a detached house, it's not an independent house, but the price is extremely good for the property itself, for how far it's from the sea. So anyway, we are going to investigate more now in the video. So let's see, first of all, let's see the basic features, okay? So we are talking about 74 square meters built, of which 68 square meters is the floor area. So there is a little balcony, which is made of 6 square meters. Then we are talking about 3 rooms, 1 bathroom. So the 3 rooms, we are talking about a kitchen, a living room, and a bedroom. So it's not a very big property, but anyway, for this amount of money, for 36,000 euro. So then we have 1 bathroom, 1 balcony. Second hand, needs renovating. Now here it says that it needs renovating, but according to me, the property is ready to live as it is. Then some minor works, but I had a look at the property and then judge with me. Obviously, it's always possible to do some renovations. Then there is a storeroom. Orientation is good. Let's say it's south, north, south, east, west. It's getting sun all day long. Is a property built before 1967. Individual heating, so there is individual heating, which is natural gas, and then energy efficiency rating and so on. These things are not really important. So basically, we read the basic features, and now let's go to investigate where the town is and how far is from the nearest airport. Okay, let me move my face. Okay, so basically here we see where CURSI is. We are in Salento area, and from Bari airport we are talking about 1 hour and 56 minutes. So less than 2 hours, but obviously Lecce province and Salento area is around in between 2 hours driving from Bari. So then let's see from the nearest airport, because obviously Bari is not the nearest airport. We also have Brindisi airport, which is improving, which is getting bigger and more destinations, is always opening to more destinations. And so from Brindisi, we are talking about 51 minutes driving to CURSI. Then we see, for example, that here is Lecce, so I believe that is 20 minutes driving from Lecce, which it makes close anyway to a big city. And then we are also in the middle of Salento, for example, which it makes many destinations reachable in a quite short distance. So we can reach Otranto probably in 15-20 minutes. Gallipoli maybe is a bit longer. Possible to visit Santa Maria di Leuca maybe in 20-30 minutes driving. All right, so here we see where CURSI is. And now let's see next. Now, next, as usual, on the Sunday video, I show you how far is from the nearest beach or from the most beautiful beach in the area. So here we see we have CURSI. Now, let me show you one thing about CURSI. So we have Palmarigi, which is very close to Palmarigi. We are close to Maglie. We are close to other towns, Castri di Lecce. Anyway, more towns around CURSI, so we are not really far from many lovely destinations. Okay, so basically today here I've selected La Baia dei Turchi, the Turkish Bay, and to see how far, for example, is from the Turkish Bay. And so driving from CURSI, it is taken around 24 minutes driving. We are talking about 20 kilometers. Now, 20 kilometers is not a huge distance. It's kind of affordable, and then I'd say that for sure there are transports, for example, that can bring you in half an hour or 40 minutes to the sea destination. So I don't think, for example, this place is too far from the sea. Okay, so basically, let's have a look about Baia dei Turchi. So the Turkish Bay, this beautiful destination. So where you can find, for example, sandy beaches, but you can also find pebbles and rocks. If you are, if you love, for example, if you love, let's say, if you don't love sandy beaches, you might find all type of sea that you might like, for example, for snorkeling or for other type of activities. Anyway, let's see, for example, here we see the crystal blue water. Anyway, it's one of the most renovated destination in Salento area, La Baia dei Turchi, so the Turkish Bay. Okay, and then now, before I go to investigate the property, I just want to find out few information about CURSI. So we are talking about a town of 3,875 inhabitants. So we are in Salento area. We are in Lecce province, provincia di Lecce in Puglia. Now, back to yesterday's video. Here, there's something I want to show you, which is very important for many people, the seismicity level. Now, let me select here. Let's spend few words about the seismicity level. So basically, if you want to find out the seismicity level of an Italian town, you need to select the town, you need to go on Wikipedia, but only in the Italian Wikipedia you will find this information. You are not gonna find this if you are going to search, for example, in the English version of Wikipedia. So where Wikipedia gives you the option, for example, to select the language, generally Wikipedia is giving you the chance to select the language. So 44 languages, select the Italian one, and you will find, now here it's written sismica, CL sismica, zona 4, sismicità molto bassa. Now I said yesterday in my video that in Italy we have 4 levels, zone 1 very high, zone 2 medium high, zone 3 medium low, and zone 4 very low. So About Salento, we are talking about a very low seismicity level. Okay, now let's go back to the property and let's investigate the pictures. So basically, I would start today from a 3D tour. Now let's wait until it's gonna charge the tour, the virtual tour of the house. Okay, so here they're showing the property, but let's do play here and let's investigate. Then we'll go back to the picture. So here we have the entrance of the property. Here we are into the property itself, so with a little hole. And then here we have the kitchen, bright, as we can see. It's interesting, I see a fireplace in the kitchen, which it makes quite interesting. So here we have the living room. This is the balcony, so as you can see, it's a mezzanine. Again, we have a picture of the living room. This is the bathroom. And then we have the bedroom, the final room here. So let's have a quick look here. Then there is a garden that probably is a common garden. It's a backyard that belongs to all because it's an apartment, it's not an independent house. Okay, so now let's go to see the picture. But before we see the pictures, I want to, one second, let me move here. I want to read the description of the house. So, are you looking for an apartment in a quiet area of CURSI? We at Tempo Casa have what you are looking for. So we offer exclusively a comfortable 3-room apartment composed as follows. Small entrance, kitchen with fireplace, and exit to the small balcony. So from the kitchen it's possible to go to the balcony. Living room also with access to the small balcony. Double bedroom and bathrooms with windows. Bright solution and well arranged to receive sunlight during all hours of the day, excellent as an investment or a small home. And I totally agree. So for this amount of money, for example, let me spend few words. Now I'm focusing, for example, on this type of investment myself. Now, with an amount of 100,000 euro, for example, my plan is to buy 3 properties in Salento area. Okay, so I'm investigating as well for myself. I want to share with you my researches and then anyway to rent out these 3 properties and to make an income. Obviously, then I should relocate, for example, in this area myself. Anyway, to do the services that is needed to do. Anyway, this is my plan maybe for next year. I'm working on it. I'm investigating on the properties, but these are the type of properties that I'm looking for, simply because I want to do it as an investment. But this, for example, can also be a perfect small home if if I don't really have big if I want to have a holiday home, for example, and I'm a British citizen. I'm an American citizen and I only want to spend 2 3 months a year. I would buy this one. I won't spend more. Then this is my opinion. Okay, so what are you waiting for? Contact us, and so on. Okay, let's have a look at the pictures just to have, because anyway, we saw the picture in the 3D view. So basically, let's start from the living room. Now, the living room has good frame for the balcony. I see that the frames are quite good. So there is access to the balcony. It's nice to have a small balcony here, for example. Then we have air conditioner, which is very good to have air conditioning in a house in Salento area. I think has every house nowadays should have an air conditioning, simply because during the daytime, maybe at night you might not need, for example, but during the daytime, in the hottest hours of the day, I'd say if you really want to have a bit of rest, as we usually do here in the south of Italy, la siesta, for example, the famous siesta, which everyone is having here in between 1 p.m. and 4 5 p.m. You won't see anyone in the streets. Then I see that the floor, for example, is quite in good condition, according to me. If I buy this property, I will not change, for example, the floor. I would just focus maybe on a bit modern furniture. I would get rid of all this old furniture that is totally useless, according to me. Anyway, let's see. Here we have a view from the balcony of the property itself. So I see maybe it's not huge, but maybe it depends, by the camera, because I think the room is a bit wider, for example, than it looks here. Then, anyway, let's investigate more, for example, the kitchen space. So here we have the bedroom. Bedroom looks as well quite generous space. I see, for example, from here the electrical implant. Maybe it's not the newest, but it's not very old. And for example, even if I decide to make a new electrical implant in this house because the apartment is small, it's not gonna cost big amount of money. So I find it a very, very interesting, anyway, property for the price that it's selling. So this is the entrance door. This is a small hall that we have, and this is the common area that gives access as well, probably to other properties that are in the same building. Okay, so then here on the left we have the entrance for the kitchen. If we keep walking here, we see that there is the living room. Okay, so here, for example, I have the, what do I notice here? For example, I see the kitchen. Now, the kitchen has its own window, which is nice, plus has also access to the small balcony, which is also nice. Okay, the kitchen is not very big. Then I see tiles, for example, are quite in good condition. I see the floor tiles also. Maybe obviously is in need of a better kitchen. You can buy uh, a new kitchen, for example, which is not very expensive. I won't spend a fortune. Then what do I notice here? Now, this is a problem for me of Italian mentality, to have tables everywhere. Personally, for example, if the kitchen has the space for a table, I would remove the table, for example, in the living room here. I would get rid of it. Simply, why do I need to have uh, two tables in the house? I understand if the kitchen, for example, is very small, is a kitchenette and doesn't have the table, then obviously it's important to have a dining table somewhere. But if I have the space here for two, three people, then I can always move the table. For example, if I have guests, I might decide, for example, to move the table in the living area, and that day I'm gonna make a dinner, for example, uh, for the guests. You can accommodate, obviously, not 25 people. Anyway, then what else? So I would remove the table from the living room, for example, to make a living room a living space. While because the kitchen is not very big, but also the kitchen is a livable space. Um, okay, so for example, what I notice here, there is also a fireplace, which is which for me it's very, very interesting. It gives you cozy moments during the wintry time, even if it says that the house has heating system. So here we have three options to heat the house. There is the gas heating, the fireplace, and the air conditioner. So you may go for wood, electricity, or gas. And because the winters are very short, for example, here, you won't spend a fortune to heat the house. I would buy a certain amount of wood. Maybe I would storage, for example, in the backyard, in the common area. I'm sure nobody's gonna say anything, and nobody is stealing the wood here. Anyway, once they know it's your, you won't find people who is coming to steal your wood. So you might buy 500 kilos of wood. I don't know, 200, 300 kilos of wood for you to put to turn on the fireplace during the wintry months. Okay, so let's have a look. So we have here the fireplace. Again, for me, the kitchen looks in order, unless I want to may buy a new kitchen. Then here from the balcony, which is not very big, it says 6 square meters, but lovely to have a palm just in front of the balcony, gives a bit of privacy. There is a storage room here. Okay, so from the balcony you have access to a little storage room. Um, okay, let me see 1 second. Let me go back to the living area. Okay, I don't see the radiators. I have to be honest. It says natural gas heating, but I don't see the radiator in any picture here, for example. I don't see it. Anyway, that's also here in the bedroom, for example. This is another picture of the bedroom, which I don't see radiators. I don't also see the radiators here in the bathroom. So, for example, the bathroom is not brand new. I see that. Anyway, it would be interesting to understand about the gas heating system, but anyway, it says in the description. I'll go back later. I just want to. Okay, for example, here they're showing you the floor map. Now, here they're showing you how they possibly renovate, for example, but there's no need of renovation. That's exactly how the property is. So we have the whole entrance. We actually, let me go here. So we have the hall, we have the living room, we have the kitchen, the balcony, the storage room, the the bedroom, and the bathroom. Anyway, little hall before the bathroom. So according to me, this property has it has the property has all is necessary to have. I want to go back here in the description because it says individual heating natural gas, but I didn't see. Maybe you only have to put the radiators. For example, there is the possibility to install because there is gas access, but probably the radiators never been put in the property. So that's why it might say is in need of renovation. Anyway, now, next, after we have investigated the property, what do I want to show you? So basically, Wikipedia, I go back again. If you want to understand about the seismicity, we said that is only 3,000, nearly 4,000 inhabitants, so it goes under the 7% taxation, under 20,000 inhabitants. And then here, for example, we see the temperatures during the summer, during the winter, the average medium, the average temperature in January during the daytime is 12.6, at nighttime 5.6, so we never go below 5. December is 7. So let's see just the average temperature during the winter at night is 6.2. During the daytime, in the winter is 13.3. In the spring 18.6 during the daytime, 9.9 during the nights. In the summer we have the hottest months anyway. We are talking about 28.5 degrees at daytime and 18.8 at night. And then in the autumn, we can see it's quite warm. We have 22 degrees. So I'd say spring and autumn, you can easily live without any problems, any heating at all. Maybe just the winter, but as I see, the average temperature is 6.2 during the winter, which for me, the minimum, which for me is very good. All right, so now let's go on the street view here to see where the property is. Via Margottini 4. Now we have, for example, some shops here, Laboratorio Artigianale. So it's a bakery here, for example, so you have the bakery just on the doorstep. So, cuor di grano. Cuore is heart, and grano is wheat, so the heart of the wheat. So we have a bakery. So I guess this is the building with the property. Now let me. So this is the little palm just in front of the house. For example, I can guess that the entrance door is here. Let me go back 1 second just to understand. So this is the entrance. From here, few steps, and then we have an entrance uh, for the common area with the stair that brings to the first floor. I believe there is an access as well to the terrace where it's possible maybe to dry the laundry. So here is from outside. So basically here, what do we see here? That this is the window of the kitchen, okay? This is the access from the kitchen to the balcony. This is the door from the living room. This is the bedroom, okay? So it's a nice apartment. I like this little terrace. Then I'm close, probably not very far from city center. We have shops around. We have Eurospin, which, for example, so probably by walk you have a retail shop where you can buy food. Eurospin is a big retailer company here in Italy. And then here we have, for example, the window of the bathroom, which it says as well on sale, for example, for sale. Let me see. Yeah, they say for sale. So this is the window of the bathroom. Then we have shops here, different type of shops. So it seems like we are in a active area, so it's not a dead area. You might not even need a car here, for example, because you can take the bus from Brindisi to Lecce, from Bari to Lecce, and then from Lecce you can take the bus. For sure, there are few buses a day that brings you here to Cursi. This, let's explain now. Sorry if I go a bit longer in the video, but in all the Salento area, from the Lecce bus station, you probably can reach all the destinations in Salento in a very short distance. So I guess that, for example, there are probably in between two, three, four, or even five buses from Lecce to Cursi. For sure, we don't find the bus from Bari to Cursi, or we don't find the bus from Brindisi to Cursi, but for sure we find the bus from Lecce to Cursi. Okay, so and for last, I want to show you. Okay, so here basically this is the building with the sharing garden and so on. And now let's have a look here to the main square. So this is Cursi town. Again, it's a small town, 4,000 inhabitants. So here we have the municipality, the council, okay, which is an historical building here in Cursi. Like in any town in Italy, generally the council is always in an historical building. Okay, then it's typical village of Salento area. For example, we can see decorations. Now, I guess this is during the summery months. These are not Christmas decoration, but these are summery decorations because the sun, I can see the sun is quite strong here. And the thing is probably had been the Google Street View was recording during the hottest hours, maybe around 2, 3 p.m. when everything is closed and when you don't see anyone in the streets. Even bars are closed anyway. So we see, for example, anyway, plenty of decoration, these type of lights that are common in every town here in the south of Italy. Obviously, there are lovely properties, but as we can see, everything is closed. So then there is a kind of patio here, maybe for the concerts during the summery months, for events in the evenings during the summery months. So it's in a walking distance to the main square. Here we have the main church of the town of CURSI. Anyway, it looks like an interesting town and interesting property. Then I will investigate more about these properties anyway in this town. Anyway, what else I can say that for this amount of money, 36,000 euro. So here there is another bar. Obviously, you find plenty of bars in these towns. Again, another view of the church, of the main church. Let's try to, sorry, let's try to drive a bit more to new light photo video. So there is a photography shop, Photoshop. Then we have Festa Contadino, so the festival of the farmers. Anyway, my friends, so now for example here we can see that the bar is opening and another bakery, Voglia di Pane, I want bread, and so on. Then we can see other vendesi, for example, here they're selling. Anyway, properties are for sale for sure. You might find. Anyway, here we are in Cursi town, Creazioni Lori. There is another shop. Typical old house here everywhere. Anyway, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed the video here, today video on Italy a place to love. And what's this? Maybe this is a restaurant. I might guess that this is a restaurant, yes. Anyway, let's just go here in this little square. Let's have a look around Concana. I guess, yes, it's a local restaurant. Here we have the main church, main street, the streets around the main church, and so on. Okay, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you here on Italy, a place to love YouTube channel to my next video here on my channel. Bye for now. Bye.